Hi, this is Jenny. I was gonna say, like I talked about before, but you didn't get any of those videos. This is like my 12th time filming this video, and now I understand why YouTubers like talk about struggling so much with their videos and cameras, because honestly, the struggle is real. And so previously I filmed a whole entire, or all my videos, and the sound didn't work. So hopefully this time you can hear me, and I'm going to be looking at my computer screen to just go off the notes, but forget all that. I just wanted to say, let's start now. I am going to be giving a summary of the Nova videos, or the Nova video this time specifically. It's the Fabric of the Cosmos, the Illusion of Time. This one is really cool. We get into some Albert Einstein and Isaac Newton, but to just kind of give a summary of what this video is. So it's a physics video. Brian Greene is actually the one who talks most of the time. I'm not sure if all the material is his own original. He's a physics and best-selling author, so wouldn't be surprised if it is all of his material in the video. There's several other physics that also make commentary throughout the video. I have really enjoyed these Cosmos videos, primarily because sorry, I just am really nervous that it's not recording. Moving on. I primarily like them because it breaks down physics in a way that I personally can understand. I'm not necessarily a science buff. I'm a communication major. I talk to people a lot. I look at patterns. I look at visual aids. So this video was very good for that. I really like in the thumbnail, or in like the summary, how it talks about time, and also how the video started up and it was like, let's go on a journey. What is time? Once upon a time. Things like that. And it also says time. What is time? We waste time. We save time. We kill it. We make it. The world runs on it. So it's just giving all of these sayings that we use for time in our daily life. And what was really shocking to me about this video is that we all think of time and space in one way, and physics just completely destroys that. And so I'm not sure if I completely understand it, but we're going to summarize it anyways. And so my understanding of what time is just the typical clock. It's on the wall. It controls my life. It ticks away. It's very much linear, more of how Newton talked about it. And then my idea of space is just outer space, planets, Mars, potential aliens. We don't know. We don't know if there's aliens. And so I really enjoyed how this put space-time together. Of course, we know that was Albert Einstein. I'm going to summarize some of the things I thought were cool from the video, and then specifically describe what really helped me understand the concept of space-time, which I feel like is the majority of what this video like builds up to. And so I thought it was really cool that you could do, like he talked about like the event in reverse. That was cool. He talked about black holes and the Big Bang Theory. He mentions this in other videos, but about empty space, and that there is no actual empty space. It's always filled with something. It made me think of a lot of my astronomy classes and how we talked about dark matter and things like that. Dark matter, black matter, one of those. Excuse me. What really surprised me about this video is that they talk about 3D versus 2D. And if I'm being totally honest, I'm not sure if I'm totally sold on that idea or not, but it's fine. It's fine. And we'll talk about that. Actually, I won't really touch on that. I'm mainly going to say that the concept of us being an illusion in 2D is very mind-blowing, and I'm not ready to fully dive into that yet. But I watched this video, or chunks of it, several times, and then I did a little bit more like internet research, so I learned a lot from it. Don't fully understand though. It was also really interesting how they said no natural laws oppose these theories. And so Space-time reminded me of what we more recently, after I watched the videos, in class we talked about how a man on a train flipping a coin versus a man or a person standing on outside of the train, and how they relate to each other, and like the time difference and how they perceive it. I also really enjoyed that we broke it down, so we took the concepts here and then just very specifically laid out the numbers and everything like that. I really enjoyed that we applied what I had already learned in this video. Some background on space-time is Newton talked about, and this is what everyone believed for hundreds of years, absolute time, and that's more of how we still think of it. It's just like time does not change, it's the same for everything. And then Albert Einstein actually came in, and he was the one who presented the idea, and I believe it's in his theory of relativity, which they talk about in the Cosmo video of Brian has an image of a bowling ball on a pool table, and the pool table actually like sinks down because of the weight, and just how the pool balls, like the 8-ball, affect because of this time and the space. Very interesting. The analogy that I really want to focus on, now that we're at the end of the video, is the analogy of each and every moment is broken down, and they said it was like a piece of bread or a bread loaf, and it's just like each moment is a slice of bread, and that how we now think of, and this is how Newton, I believe, thought of time, as time, one event and next to another event, just right next to each other, and they perfectly linear aligned. And then Newton or Albert Einstein came in and was like, no, if you travel or you have different space, then things are different. And so I kind of think of it as like, if someone's standing right next to me and we're like sharing the same space, our time is basically going to be the same, is my understanding of it. However, if I am standing here and there is someone, I think it's even like across the world, it would be different, not just like time zones wise, but like space wise. But someone out in space way far away from me, you know, light years away, whatever, their time happening in my moment and the times happening in their moment are going to be different. And Brian Greene gave the example of an alien on a bicycle and a man on the bench in America, or on the Earth. And the alien on the bicycle, its time compared to the man on Earth changed depending on his movement and his time and his space. And so the alien was on a bicycle, and if he was like, I believe he was biking away from the Earth, then that would show up in our timeline, in the man's timeline, way in the past, and not linear, not the exact time. However, if he was cycling in his real time, in his own true time, if he was cycling towards us, that would show up in the future. And if he was like standing still on his bike, then it would be right at the same time of the man on Earth. And that just really made a lot of sense to me, that it's not so much of who's now is aligned with the other individuals now. It's more of their time relative to space. And that's the whole concept that Albert Einstein presented, and I think it's really cool, and I want to learn more about it. The end.